Project Hail Mary, Andy Weir Ryland Grace was never supposed to be a hero. In fact, he had left science behind years before the mission even began. Once a researcher, he had grown tired of the politics of academia and retreated into the simpler life of teaching middle school science. It was a role he loved, sharing curiosity with children, encouraging questions, and reminding them that science is about wonder. But fate had other plans. When the astrophage threat emerged, Grace was drawn back into the scientific world almost against his will. His expertise in molecular biology, especially his work on microorganisms, became essential in understanding the strange space-dwelling organism that threatened the sun. Though reluctant at first, he eventually realized that avoiding the problem was no longer possible. Humanity needed every mind, and his would prove indispensable. The Hail Mary mission was built out of desperation. Unlike other projects that take decades, this one had to be assembled in mere years. It required the world's nations to cooperate in ways rarely seen before. Engineers, scientists, and leaders pooled their resources, united by the simple fact that if they failed, there would be no future. Grace's eventual role as mission commander came not from ambition, but necessity. One of the novel's greatest strengths is how it celebrates problem-solving. When Grace discovers equipment on the ship, he doesn't panic, he experiments. When something breaks, he adapts. Andy Weir uses these moments to showcase the beauty of science in action, trial and error, hypothesis and testing, failure and breakthrough. This approach mirrors the way real scientists work, and it makes every solution satisfying. The friendship between Grace and Rocky is one of the most unique depictions of connection in modern science fiction. Rocky is alien in every sense, physically, biologically, and culturally. He breathes ammonia, thrives in environments humans could never survive, and communicates in harmonics instead of speech. Yet despite these differences, he shares the same goal: saving his people, his world, his star. At first, communication seems impossible. Imagine trying to translate not just words, but an entirely new way of perceiving the universe. Grace and Rocky approach it like scientists, with patience, observation, and creativity. Slowly, they build a common language, starting with numbers and simple objects, expanding into shared ideas. This process isn't just clever. It's moving, showing how effort and empathy can bridge even the widest gaps. As their bond deepens, trust develops. Grace realizes that Rocky is not just an ally, but a friend, perhaps the only friend he has left in the universe. Their partnership embodies one of the novel's core themes: cooperation across differences. In a world often divided by culture, race, and borders, Project Hail Mary dares to dream of a universe where collaboration is the key to survival. Of course, the challenges they face are enormous. The astrophage is unlike any organism known to science. It can survive in the vacuum of space, reproduce rapidly, and travel at astonishing speeds by consuming stellar energy. Understanding it requires pushing the boundaries of biology, chemistry, and physics. Each discovery feels like opening a new door, only to find 10 more locked behind it. One memorable struggle involves figuring out how to contain and study the astrophage without risking contamination. Grace and Rocky design makeshift laboratories, improvise instruments, and constantly test their assumptions. These problem-solving scenes are tense, but they also highlight the ingenuity that comes when necessity drives invention. It's a celebration of the human and alien spirit of curiosity. What makes these scientific battles even more compelling is the emotional backdrop. Grace is constantly haunted by the thought of Earth, by the billions of lives depending on his success. The mission is not abstract, it's personal. Every time he makes progress, he imagines children in classrooms, families in cities, and people in every corner of the world hoping he will succeed. Rocky too shares this burden. Though very different from humans, his love for his species is evident in every choice he makes. His willingness to risk his life alongside Grace deepens their friendship into something unshakable. The alien becomes a mirror of humanity, proving that loyalty and sacrifice are not uniquely human traits, but universal ones. Andy Weir doesn't shy away from showing the cost of such a mission. Sacrifice looms over every page. To save many, one may have to give up everything. Grace's journey forces him to confront what he values most: his own life or the survival of countless others. These moments elevate the novel from science fiction into moral exploration. The novel also raises questions about resilience. how do we keep moving when the odds are impossible? Grace's humor, his teacher's mindset, and his relentless curiosity become survival tools as much as oxygen or food. Through him, Weir suggests that adaptability is the greatest strength of any intelligent being. As the story builds toward its climax, suspense and emotion intertwine. The technical details of solving the astrophage crisis are gripping, but it's the relationship between Grace and Rocky that delivers the novel's heart. In the face of extinction, what truly matters isn't just knowledge, but trust, sacrifice, and friendship. Without revealing spoilers, the ending of Project Hail Mary is both surprising and deeply moving. It rewards readers with hope, showing that even in the darkest situations, choices rooted in compassion can light the way. Grace's final decisions redefine what heroism means, not glory, but love, loyalty, and responsibility. In summary, Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary is more than a thrilling science fiction story. It is a meditation on cooperation, resilience, and the power of curiosity. It challenges us to imagine what we could achieve if we work together, and inspires us to face even the greatest obstacles with courage. For fans of The Martian, this book feels familiar yet fresh. It offers the same blend of technical detail and humor, but expands the scope to cosmic stakes and interstellar friendship. It's a story that reminds us that survival is not just about solving equations, but about finding connection. Ultimately, Project Hail Mary leaves us with a simple but profound lesson. When we embrace science, creativity, and cooperation, we are capable of extraordinary things. Whether on Earth or in the depths of space, it is these qualities that define us, and perhaps that will save us.